Hi, we're dyeing our hair blue today. So I'm planning something super exciting to do with my hair later on, maybe this week. However, I'm not exactly gonna do it on here because my hair has more or less faded out. I dyed it emerald a little while ago, kind of a mixture of colors, and it's not super flattering. So I'm gonna be dyeing it blue today because I figured I haven't had like solid blue hair in a really long time. So I'm gonna kind of go darker blue today. Obviously, this is going to be aided by the fact that underlying is already blue pigment, so it's going to really help me out in my hair color. The best hair tip I will ever give you is if you bleach your hair and you get to that really nasty orange shade, but you don't really want to bleach it even more because you want to keep the integrity of your hair, you can most definitely just stop there and then just dye your hair either red, orange, pink, coral, or even purple. In fact, the orange underneath is going to really help bring life to your color because there's, underlying warmth. And then if you want to coat colors like greens, blues, whatever, you just go along that same sort of a rainbow thing. You first dye your hair pink, then you go purple, and then you go blue, and then you go green. I'm going to be using probably mainly Poseidon. Look how well it matches my nails. Oh my god, this is so not thought for. But anyways, we're kind of a black color. Oh my god, that is spot on. Yes. And then I might include some aquamarine just because last time it really added vibrance to my emerald shade. It's actually much darker in person than this. As always, you can use my code Stella10 for 10% off your checkout if you do want to go and purchase these dyes yourself. Probably going to dilute the whole concoction with a bit of white conditioner or treatment mask in this case. This is the Schwarzkopf Bonacure Peptide Repair Treatment. So many of you ask me what is the white substance I add to my semi-permanent colors. That's what it is. It's conditioner. It's not peroxide. It's simply conditioner to dilute the dyes. Got my bowl over here. Oh, I love the smell of semi-permanent dyes because, as I said, most of the time they're just pigmented conditioner, so it just smells like conditioner, like really good conditioner. Not on my Victoria's Secret shirt, you don't. This thing cost me like 40 euros. This is Poseidon and it matches my nails. I want to add just a bit more because you always need more dye than you think. I'm going to add just a hint of aquamarine just to boost the blue. Not again! Stop doing that! There's Poseidon and Aquamarine. Aquamarine is going to add a hint of green to the entire mixture. I don't mind that, but if you don't want that, avoid that. This looks so pretty! This is so gorgeous! Oh my god! Okay, so I'm just going to change shirts really quickly because so far this is turning out very stainful. Pink gloves! You want to see the weirdest thing ever? Okay, wait. So before I was complaining how my box of blue gloves were turning into white gloves, which is weird, I've never seen that before. But I was taking out another pair of white gloves when all of a sudden I realized there were pink gloves inside. What? Is there more colors? This one has hints of yellow in it. This is such a weird box. Highlight of my decade. Okay, let's start. Today I'm going to be telling you a little story all about one of my fantastic influencer moments. So one of the services that I offer as an influencer is story promotion and basically show the world what's out there. That's the whole point of an influencer, realistically. It's brand awareness more than anything. And I had this French company reach out to me and they're like, we want you to promote our product on your stories. I'm not going to say what it was. I can just say that it was skincare. I love promoting skincare stuff on my stories. And they were like, we have this cool new thing that's coming out for Black Friday and I want to, build up some hype around it, basically show people what's out there and also give you a code that you can add so that people can buy it and we can basically track your orders. By the way, this thing was a really cool product. It was a really genuinely cool product that I was eager to kind of try myself and also showcase it to other people because it could have been a really fun thing for yourself. It could have been a fun gift. So anyways, we agreed on what kind of a story promotion we were going after and they're like, we're going to send over a contract so that there's no real room for misunderstanding. Sometimes that does happen in collaborations. You think you're agreeing on one thing, you agree on something completely different, and it ends up like being a massive mess. They sent over this contract, and when they sent it over, I thought they were a very professional company. They agreed to my fees, they agreed to what I could offer, and they sent over a contract, which is usually, you know, a good sign. And I noticed that this contract was quite meticulously written out, and there were quite a few like very specific details in the contract, which at the time thought was okay. It was like, this is what's going to happen in this collaboration. They sent out the product to me, and I received it, and I fell in love with it. It was a genuinely fun product. So I filmed myself in a kind of a story setting, and when I know I'm being obviously paid to do something that is my job, I'm gonna put in, you know, significant amount of effort. I'm gonna dress up. I remember I put on a wig, I made myself look cute, I wore nice stuff, I put on like my best mood and everything, and I went about filming this like story promotion. I was happy with how it turned out, I was happy with how the product performed, and I was like, I really hope they like it, because, you know, I'm happy with it. Ever since this thing happened, I now have a clause in my collaboration agreement that states that if you want to work with me, I can offer one change in the work, because I do all the work myself. I'm not exactly going to have a lot of flexible time filming and re-editing and everything, so I offer one basically collaboration change to the video, to the whatever, and that's final. Because when I sent over the video for review, the company was like, listen, Stella, you're gonna need to change your coupon. Initially, they gave me a coupon code of 30% off, which is a very good freaking deal. But then they got back to me after I sent them the fully edited thing. Like, they could have gotten back to me at any point, but they decided that they wanted to exactly as I sent over this thing. They were like, listen, Stella, we're gonna need you to redo it. We're gonna need to tell the viewers that it's 50% off and not 30, like we initially told you. And I was like, okay, but you have to understand that I can't refilm it because I put like a lot there. I put on a wig, I put on a whole thing. Like, I'd have to charge you double. So I'm like, I'll just crop the bit that I'm saying that you can get 30% off and just write it on the screen that you can get 50% discount. And they were like, okay, let's do that. I took it into my editing software, I re-edited, I was happy with it. I just sent it over to them, and they got back to me again. They were like, listen, Stella, we're gonna need you to tell the people that this code is only available for 50 people and not 100 people. One of the deals that a lot of brands actually like to use is that coupon codes are valid only either for a limited time or else for a limited number of customers. And initially, this brand decided that they wanted it to be enough for 100 people. However, they got back to me a second time. I just sent over this damn footage, and they were like, we're gonna need you to edit it and make it so that it's available for 50 people instead of 100 people. At this point, I was like, listen, I'm really sorry, but for that, I'm gonna need you to charge you again, because I'm gonna have to refilm the whole damn thing, because there's so many changes, I can't literally crop everything out of it. I'm like, it's either that or it's staying as you initially agreed upon. I think this was written in the contract, that like how like the coupon codes, the swipe up link and everything was written in the contract. I'm like, you should have told me all of this before so that I would have filmed it correctly the first time. They were like, never mind, just leave it as is with the 100 people. So the day comes to when we agreed upon it. So I go ahead, I post it, I'm happy with it, it's being well received. 10 minutes after the posts went up, I think I had around 8 slides. The guy who I was dealing with reaches out and urgently is like, Stella, you posted the wrong swipe up link. And I'm like, what do you mean the wrong swipe up link? You gave me only one link. It's even in the contract. I got it from there. And they're like, no, you need to post this one instead. I'm like, do you know that means I'm gonna have to delete the current uploaded stories that are on my Instagram and re-upload them? And they're like, yes, that's fine. Just please do it with the correct link. I'm one of the most problematic clients I had, because you'd think that send over the correct information immediately instead of having to change it freaking 3 times. So I delete the last 3 slides from my stories, and I very quickly replaced the swipe up link and re-upload them. Obviously, at this point, it was like 20 minutes post the first slide. Many people watch stories all at once. They're not going to then start rewatching you like a few minutes later. That's not how it works. And so obviously, when I deleted and reposted these last 3 slides, those obviously got a lot less like recognition than the other stories. But I posted it, I went back to them again, I was like, listen, I posted it, are you happy with it? And they're like, yes, but it's a shame that we said it's for 100 people when it was supposed to be for 50. And I was like, yes, but I thought we explained why that's not the option you wanted to go for. And they're like, whatever. 24 hours passed, the thing went up, I got a lot of swipe ups, it was very, very well received. A lot of people were inquiring about it because it was a good product, which makes the story so much like shittier. One thing I forgot to mention is that the way I work with brands or use store is that typically I used to ask a 50% deposit or down payment as soon as I sent over the unlisted content. You send 50% once you like the content, and then the second half of the payment as soon as the promotion or whatever. And I thought that was fair, and I had no problems with it with any other clients or brands or whatever. They had sent me the first payment when I sent over the first batch of stories, and I was waiting obviously for the second payment. I'm like, hi, really hope you were happy with your promotion. I got a lot of very good feedback. They responded, and with no greeting or whatever, they're like, hi Stella, can you send us screenshots of all your statistics, please? Basically, how many people viewed the story, how many people swiped up, yada yada. I was like, yes, of course. I sent over the screenshots of every single one of the stories. So tell me why the very next day I got an email, the longest email I swear I've ever received, of these people basically accusing me to be the biggest scam on earth. They were so I mentioned that the contract seemed to be a very detailed and thorough contract. Typically, that's a good thing because, as I said, there's very little room for misunderstanding. However, in this case, I noticed that the contract was there simply for me to mess up some of the details and then they'd immediately threaten legal action. One of the details in the contract was that each frame of my story had to receive, I think at the time it was like 40,000 views. Clearly could not reach 40,000 views, and they attached the screenshots that I had sent them prior. All the first 5 frames had well over 40,000 views, but the last 3 that they made me delete and then re-upload received only around 36,000 or something like that. For this reason, you didn't follow the contract, as we've mentioned, we demand all our money back. And then they continued. Second of all, you didn't upload the full frames that we agreed upon. You didn't do the last one that was basically a reminder story, at which point I was like, wait a second, I'm pretty sure they told me not to do that. Finally, we're very dissatisfied to know that most of our sales were made from Malta. They're like, we demand to know why is that? You sent us false demographics, because basically they were complaining or were pissed that most of the buyers were from Malta, which is where I'm from, and not from the US. I was like, wait a sec. And then they were like, for all of these reasons, we demand the initial payment back plus additional because we kept the website running. Their website running. So I was like, right, it's time. I was like, let's do this. Let's bring out the bossiest boss ever. I'm ready to contradict them for all their worth, and I'm ready to take my money home. I was like, first of all, my story views would not have been affected had you given me the correct swipe up link from the beginning. As you can see clearly in our contract, that swipe up link that you gave me in the beginning was the one that I posted. You then made me take down the last 3 slides that did not receive 40,000 views and put it up with a separate swipe up link. I said that is on you. Second of all, I didn't post the last slide because you didn't want me to. I was like, I sent them screenshots of the text messages because they were texting me. I was like, as you can clearly see, you told me not to post the reminder story. I was like, I would have if you told me to, but you told me not to. Finally, are you seriously mad that most of the buyers were Maltese? Is that really the thing you're complaining? I got them sales. And you're mad because most of them are from Malta and not from the US. People in Malta are gonna watch it and they think, oh great, okay, so this local person that I know got it, so clearly they shipped to Malta, it's something I could use, maybe that's, I don't know, I can't control where people buy it from, and since when do you complain where they're coming from? So it's like, just what is your fighting point here? Like, I am not giving you my money back, I gave you sales, if anything, give me my money that you promised me. And then they just replied with, okay, never mind, you can keep that money, but we're not paying you anymore. At that point, I was just so fed up. I was like, I'm not even going to argue this. I don't have the strength in it, and I'm definitely not going to like actually get a real lawyer in, because I would waste most of my money on it on people who are just definitely here for a scam. That's all they do. But I knew that the reason of the contract was simply so that I fail some of the things and they get their money. So basically they just wanted a free collaboration, which I was not about to let them have. Great, now we're going to leave the dye on for 30 minutes, wash it off, and then I'll be back to show you the finished result, and hopefully I'll be in a more relaxed mood.
Beige? I'm not sure that this is divinity at work. Before dessert. This is what the arrogant fraud is so proud of. No, not cinnamon. Cinnamon. It's not a spice, maze. Wow. Remember your sounds, Daniel.
Don't worry guys, I'm not naked. I'm wearing a shirt, but it's, you know, kind of strapless. I've said this so many times. I'm genuinely not a blue person. I own absolutely no blue clothes. I was at home trying to find an outfit that would match it, and I'm like, I have no clothing that is blue except denim, which I didn't feel like wearing. Wow, though. Oh my god. But yeah, it looks so sweet. Look, hold it. I show you. I'm hoping you can see something. This is the color I got. I thought it was going to be way darker, but I'm actually really living for it. It's so sweet. So yeah, this is my look. Oh my god, I feel so cute. Oh. This is my hair color. I'm going to be listing the entire process down below with all the colors that I used. Granted, all of them were by Arctic Fox. As always, you can use code Stella10 for 10% off, and we can twinsies. Many guys I know are going to ask me about the makeup details. I will put up an Instagram video of it, so check it out over there. I went for this kind of a ducktail, I think that's what it's called, like a ducktail sort of a hair look, because I thought it was fitting. It's such a cute sort of a look. Yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you enjoyed my rant, which was a fun time in my life, and hopefully you guys can learn from it. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give it a go, and I will see you in my next video.